Hi everyone, it's Michiodai, and I hope the audio is doing well. It's Mince in the chat, and hello, hi everyone. It's been quite a while since I streamed. I can't remember when I last streamed. Was it Wednesday or like? I don't think it was. Then maybe it was Wednesday because I'm pretty sure it wasn't Monday because like, I didn't stream when like you were doing your raids. Yeah. So like Wednesdays maybe the only time. But yeah. So welcome to the stream. It's been a while and I've just been coloring Misha off stream. So just to give you guys an update, I'm just taking away this triple triad format that Min so graciously lent me. Is it public domain? Oh, it's fans. I guess yeah. Ah, okay. Ew. That sounded nasty. But yeah, so I think the main big thing I managed to get out was the eyeshadow for like Misha. Misha is my Warrior of Light from FF14. For those of you who have not caught up to my streams, I've been streaming like myself like drawing and painting her. So I'm quite proud of like how I did her eyeshadow and stuff. I was referencing her eyeshadow in the game that I made for her. Of course it doesn't look this sharp. It's definitely a lot more faded, but I mean, nah, it looks kind of a bit like the Lion King style as well. I also added the spots. I did a lot more hand rendering. There's hair rendering as well, and definitely this little, not little. This is actually like the one of the most detailed spots on her, like the choker that she has. I just like friggin' detailed that shit, but still like, I kept it very rough. I had no idea what's going on there. And then I just made more like I had there was no folds on her clothes at all, so that was like kind of weirding me out a little bit. It was like it just felt like plate armor on her and stuff. So I gave it more folds, like, you know, as it should have in the Damascus like top, right? And I gave more of a skin shade. Like previously she looked a bit green. I was referencing a little bit, like not referencing, but it's more like the green color in the environment. I was just like this is how she used to look, slightly more greenish kind of thing, and I just like added in a little bit more orange, very slight brown, just so you can like see a little bit more. Like it's not like she's like, there's a lot more life in the rendering and stuff, like the way she's rendered. At least I hope there is. The stuff that I didn't really render all that much yet is the like changed is the lower body, but I kind of pressed for time, so I might not. It really depends. Yeah, same with these like details. Like the choker is super detailed, and I just like this part. I'm just like I'm just putting it so bare. I don't even care. Because there's still a lot for me to do. The first part would be, I could add some shade here, but like I'll see. I'm a little tired. I'm a little tired. So sorry if the energy is kind of on the low. Even then, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my low energy. I'm gonna be drawing some hairlines. Gosh, I'm sorry. It's just all of a sudden, it's just like sometimes like my body just like comes to a point where I just like my body's just like giving out, and like I'm like, oh, maybe you should stop, that kind of thing. Like I think you should just like stop and stuff. I'm like, I don't know. Like I got a lot of stuff to talk about Monster Hunter, like I was thinking of like before then, but then let me check my stuff on shuffle. All right, yeah. Everything should be working fine. Okay. So just small intricacies now. Besides that, I have the minion to draw as well. Or I could don't draw the minion. Because to me, what I would prioritize more is like sort of like the water stuff that I wanted to do with her. To do with Misha. Like that was the main concept of like why I had this in the first place. And like there not being any water is just kind of like eh. But yeah, the difficult thing is water. I've rendered water before in the past. It was alright. I don't know about water in this kind of like sense with the splashing and stuff. I don't think I've drawn like splashing water, I guess, is one thing. Okay, well, I guess at the very least I can like kind of start off with saying that what was it? I'm gonna be talking about a lot about Monster Hunter because like my head is pretty empty right now. There's a couple of things besides Monster Hunter that I guess I can say first. One is that in the previous stream I was talking about aliens and stuff. I forgot to mention that like one of the cool things, like this is totally, it's kind of too late to say this kind of thing because the subject's like totally lost, but one of the things I liked about Alien Romulus as well in the very beginning part is that they showed kind of like civilization, because in this horror, like in the Alien universe, like I don't think we've actually ever seen, we've always seen like desolate planets and like stuff, and like there's like the aftermath of an alien attack or something like that, but we don't actually get to see how the people actually like work and like live and stuff. So I think it's really interesting to see in Alien Romulus. They kind of started off like really early on that there's like, oh, here are these characters and they come from this this mining town and stuff. So I thought that was like really good. I think that was really good. Like we've never ever seen like any human interaction besides like, I mean, you know, human interaction without the aliens, without like that's not concerning the aliens. Okay, we've seen interactions without before the alien attack, but like, you know, this is like normal mundane stuff where it's like, oh, they're working for Wayland Yutani and like they're introducing like these conflicts of the characters. They're like, oh, okay, these are what the characters are struggling through and stuff, and this is why this is why the whole story started, because they want to escape this mining town. They want to leave this hellhole and this dystopian like landscape. And I think that's really good the way they did it. We've never ever seen like, we really have, like, I'm not kidding, it's like we have so many like alien movies and like none of them has ever showed any human civilization at all. None of them. Zero at all. The most is maybe Alien vs Predator 2 with showing a small town, like American suburb kind of town kind of thing, if suburb's the right word. I don't know, countryside town, whatever you call Stranger Things would like that, something like that. Then yeah, but that's not very interesting. We didn't get to see any sci-fi society, that sort of thing, until now. It's really crazy. Never seen it, at least in film. I was tempted to look up like what the Alien comic books are. I remember borrowing them from maybe not borrowing, I read them in the national libraries that we have here in our country. So those are like actual government libraries. They're not private like libraries and like someone made like their own book collection and like made it public, that kind of thing, you know. It's a government book collection, and like there was aliens. Yeah, actually now that I think about it, I think the last time I went to a library, I don't know if like comics were actually being sold for like expensive numbers. Cause I can't imagine right now, like, would people just steal books? Like, people still kind of steal books from the library a lot of the times and stuff.
Sometimes I just casually forget to return.
Yeah, I mean that's fine, but so long as you return it, right? I don't know. You do return it, right?
There's one time I already forgot.
There's one time you've got to return it.
And then like school.
So what, you only realize it at the graduation or like after you graduated? Well, I guess that happens, but yeah, cause sometimes like we kind of realize now, like as we're adults, that some of these books can be pretty pricey, and not just in the sense where like oh, they're collector's book or that kind of thing, but also you can see that I just fuck cat the hair over here. I just couldn't give a shit. I just blasted it. Who cares? Like thinking about it now, like there's some books which is like you can find at Kinokuniya is like they're like what $40 and we're like borrowing it for a week, that kind of thing, and like I don't know. I don't think we pay any fees for that. I don't know. So yeah, it's a treasure trove, and at the same time I was thinking like at this point of time, like when people are like, I think collecting old stuff for monetary value is very it's a thing, you know. I don't know if there's I'm not I don't know. I was gonna say like maybe it just suddenly popped off, but maybe it didn't. But I mean, the thing is that I can imagine people stealing the books from the library and selling them for like a good price online. Not that I would do that. I would never do such a thing. I don't know why I had to like defend myself there. It's just like in the case that like people are like, oh, how come you have this idea, that kind of thing. I'm like, no, I'm just thinking of like things that people might do. I haven't visited a library in like years, and the library is one of my favorite places to go. Last time is to, well, mainly comics, and then I started like looking at cooking books, and then realized that like international cooking books like were kind of shit because like they didn't have the ingredients that you had, that kind of thing. In your usual supermarkets, so it's very difficult to get, especially when you're young as a kid. You'd have to ask your parents to buy it, which I don't. Yeah. Sorry. But yeah, I was thinking like there were a bunch of like comics in the library, like people could sell them and stuff. So I don't know like if the library would still have these comics. Like, can I still find the Alien comics there? I don't know, because like I feel like it's something that like you keep in a vault. I don't know, like, cause you'd probably be able to sell that for like I don't know, $1,000. Who knows? Cause like if they're not being printed anymore, then they're basically like it's kind of scary. Like I feel really scared to put the books out there in public. People could just do that, and like it's like you could try to track them down, but they could also be using someone else's card, or people aren't that dumb. Sometimes people are dumb, but like there can be people who are smart, and like they won't leave any traces of like this kind of thing behind. I don't know. I wouldn't mind going back to the library to like check out some stuff. Like I read comics. Like my favorite comics to read is like the Hellboy comics and the Bone comics. I love reading the Bone comics a lot. Yeah, I think I was trying to remember that one more of the books that I used to like read quite a lot, and it's like an omnibus of like a bunch of comics by like different creators in this one book. It's kind of like basically like a collab of like all these short comics, or like some of these comics would be like series and stuff, and like you'd only see them through this this thing, you know. Actually, I'm just gonna merge these two. Fuck it. Maybe I can add some of the dark hairs. Whoa, not that one. Yeah, that's the. So yeah, I mean, Alien Comics is one. Was it Halo Comics? I feel like I might not have seen a Halo Comics in the library. I did get a Halo comic from Kinokuniya before. I'm not really too big on the Halo comics. I think it's the Halo books that I like. We did buy a bunch of Halo books last time. I liked reading the Halo novels. I mean, like, Halo's great. Halo's great. It's a great universe. I don't want to go down that line. If not, I'm gonna just keep yapping about Halo. If I run out of topics, then I'll yap about Halo. It's a masterpiece. Yeah. What was I getting at with? I mean, yeah, okay, the main part is that like I did not see any alien sort of like human civilization in like alien media before Alien Romulus. So it was nice to see in there. I think besides that, something else besides Monster Hunter to talk about is the Hololive New York concert, the AYNC. I was gonna get tickets for it, but I couldn't watch it over the weekend, so I'm gonna get it anyway and watch it another time. I just want to like sit down and like relax and watch it, which is probably after we send this for printing and stuff, because that's the only thing that I have on dedication, except there's also housing stuff to look at. Oh my god, too much to fucking do as adults, man. And it's not even like full adulting yet. Sorry for the outburst. But yeah, the Hololive concert, I didn't get to see it yet, but I will see the VOD. I'll watch the VOD. If anything, it's just very nice to see the you know, it's just nice to see the fans like being cool with one another, having so much fun and all that kind of thing. I'm just like living vicariously through them in a sense, you know. It's not like I can afford tickets to like New York, and honestly, I also am a bit afraid of New York. That's like my prejudice, but I feel like at the same time, like maybe some Americans can also kind of vouch that like, yeah, New York's might be kind of yeah, bye in a sense. It has a bad rap at the same time as it has good rap. I don't know. Even then, I guess maybe America's a little bit kind of funky right now anyway. I'm not gonna go into there. Either way, I'm glad that the fans are safe and that they had the time of their lives. I am really glad for them. It sounds like so much fun. Like, I don't think we like I don't really get to see this kind of like behavior with like maybe like the Japanese community all that much, because like I think they're a lot more reserved. But this one is like, these people are like actually go like fucking crazy. Like they rent out a bus that like has a pole to pole dance in and shit. It's like a party bus and shit, and I was like, that's crazy, that's nuts. You guys are wild. I love it. Like, they're just living their best lives and stuff, and like they rent out like a bar, and it's so funny, like the videos and like images that I see of the bar, like the fans going to the bars. It's like there's like sports being shown on the giant television, but then it's like they're everywhere, just like they had the light sticks on and they're singing karaoke of the whole life songs and stuff. It's really good. It's like that's an otaku party, man. And it's like, yeah, like back in the day, you wouldn't see this kind of shit. You wouldn't see this kind of shit. It's like, it's so outward in their, like, people are like wearing their fan merch and stuff in like Times Square, New York. Like, that's so crazy. Like, we've come to the point, you know, like in like when even not even just the fans, you know, it's like Hololive, the members, Gura has appeared in like freaking the Dodgers Stadium and stuff. It's so crazy, and like it's really fun to see. I kind of when I see that, I kind of wonder, you know, I just kind of wonder, like, I wonder if like the Japanese fans kind of wish that, I wonder if they kind of wish that they could be that outward with themselves, in a sense, like be able to have a place to do that. Not say like be able to do that in Japan, but more of like just, you know, have a place to just be this crazy outward and stuff, like even beyond just the concert halls, that sort of thing. Like the concert halls are great because, like, you know, like you can be that, you can be as crazy as you want, like in these places, and they're really great. I think like even before this concert in New York, there was the Hololive Connect concerts that were going on in Japan, and like there were like Kaigai Nikis there, like foreign like fans, and I think like when the cameraman like showed these fans, and like they made like really like they were like, it was so cool to see them, like them shouting and like living their best life and stuff, and like being very memey and very fun, that kind of thing. It's really nice to see. Like even then, like they were doing that in Japan, like in the concert hall at the very least. They weren't doing it out publicly, but you know, I guess America is like a place where you can like, you can be that free, and I think that's really cool. Like, if you told me this kind of shit would happen in like 20 years ago, okay, maybe 20 years ago is a bit crazy. 10 years ago even, I'd be like, that's fucking crazy. You're lying. People wearing like their Oshis, like happies in like Times Square, New York, and like having billboard, like the giant screens in New York, like show anime and stuff. I wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe it. And I love that like it's grown to, like, anime has kind of like grown to become like, you know, a norm, and like people can just don't be afraid about it. I think people, I feel like people still would be ridiculed for being these kind of like people, like not even just like anime lovers, but more of like, you know, relegated to the type called gamers and stuff. Like gamers is the equivalent of like how we used to call nerds back then. Things have not changed in that regard, so I guess at the very least, even despite knowing that, like, it's nice to see that like people can be this outward and happy, and just, you know, because back then a lot of us didn't really get a chance to be that outward about all these things. Like even now, even to this day, I'm very hesitant to ask like, oh, are you watching any anime, that kind of thing. Like back then, I mean, this is kind of like a bad place to say it in a sense, but back when I was like doing service for, okay, no, let's say I was in an environment where there was like a lot of like males, like just a lot of males, just like primarily males. And like they'll ask, oh hey, so you watch the anime, right? Like my friends would say that and stuff, and I was just like, yeah, I watch the anime. And then just like, oh, is it like the hentai, that kind of thing? I'm like, what? No, I just watch normal stuff. And like, you know, like that's their first reaction, you know, like, oh, you watch anime, you must like hentai and stuff. Honestly, one of the craziest thing is that like they knew about hentai before I did. I would have no idea what the hell that was. I'm just like, yeah. Yeah, so a lot of people can be like very prejudiced and mean back then, and I think maybe now there still is, but at the same time it's great that people can be so free about it. Yep. I think that's like one of the best parts. Like I haven't watched the show yet, so I know the show is like the best part, but well, actually maybe the show might not even be the best part. Honestly, like the thing I love a lot is just seeing, you know, the people, the fans, like this, like the concert is basically the culmination not of just of the talents work and stuff, but also by the love of like the fans as well, you know. And it's really heartwarming to see, like people flying over from like Thailand, Jimmy, whose Oshi isn't even in this concert, but he flew over to New York to have fun and stuff, and like he had a great experience as well. I love seeing that. Jimmy the Weep Shooter, yeah, I love him. He's really great. what a lad. What a chat. Yeah, there's so many strong fans out there. I like looking at the Fauna cosplayer Maddie as well. Like she's so good as well. She's so funny. Like I think sometimes it might be a bit that like she's somehow the special one among that like even the talents recognize her to that point. Like she's made a name of herself as like she's the goth fauna that's real, that kind of thing. But like I know it can kind of seem like maybe a bit like, oh, it's too much attention grabbing, that kind of thing, but like I feel like, you know, she's happy when the Oshis react to her and all that kind of thing, and like when other talents react to her and like people like keep it up and all that kind of thing. No one's like, I don't think it, I think it's just, it comes from a very pure place, you know. I don't think it's like, oh, hey, follow me for all these fauna stuff, or like she's not there to garner attention. She's there to like you know, spread the word of like goth fauna and stuff, and like show that like, you know, this is how much she loves the Oshi and stuff, you know. I think it was really cool that like Elizabeth actually like drew a drawing of like some of the people at the who attended her appearance at the convention, and like she was among them, so like she drew her and stuff, and she's like, oh my god, like I would go crazy if that happened too, man. Come on. And like, yeah, I think like, you know, rewarding her like by recognizing her like love for the talents and stuff is like, it's fair. It's fair, you know, like why not? Yeah, I think the most excited I haven't so yeah, the most excited I am to like watch the concert for is I can think of two songs that I'm excited for. One is Bae singing Gekirin. I freaking love that song of a like with a new album, like from a new album, and she's singing in the Year of the Dragon. Of course she has to, like Gekirin. I love it. That's one song, and the other song is of course the long-awaited, the one that me and Minz have been waiting for, which is like hearing Rebellion like live. I mean, we're not gonna hear it live, but we're gonna hear them like do it on stage in 3D and stuff. Yeah. I think that's a long time coming. And like, you know, after all this, like everyone's like really excited, just like, yeah, now we look out for justice and stuff. Well, justice be doing and all that. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's great. It's great that like, you know, they can have their own EN concert finally after so long, and you know, they made it possible. I think it's so difficult to have made something like that happen, and they did it. Cover did it. Yeah. Okay, let me take a break from talking for a little bit. Give me a sec. I just wanna blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah. I just wanna blur. Don't think about anything, just no thoughts. Give me a second while I just enjoy my no thoughts. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if her hair, it's difficult. I don't know how to draw. I've never drawn wet hair before, let alone like, I think it's easier to draw if it's like maybe long hair, but at the same time long hair is a kind of a bitch to draw. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I mean, if whenever they permit you know, Misha to like be able to wear, like have long hair so I can try it out in the barber and see how she looks like there, then, you know, we'll never know. Long hair Misha, does it work? Does it not? I don't know. But at least like, I'm just really proud of like how Misha looks like. I think she looks absolutely cute. She looks really cute. Don't you guys think so? Don't you guys think she's cute? Yeah? Min says yeah. It makes me happy. Yeah. Don't I just have the cutest walls ever? Well, yours can be cuter, it's fine. But mine are cute too, right? Yeah? Yeah. Love you, Lane. Where? Beach time. Teach a beach a splash. Oh, well, it's way too dark. I'm just craning my neck. Ah. Ow, my gosh. I just can't get it out. It's cricking my neck. Okay. I'll talk about Monster Hunter now. So, the last time I talked about Monster Hunter, I think it was just the beginning of Gamescom. So I guess maybe it is Wednesday. Wednesday or third. I think I did stream. The last time I streamed was on Wednesday. I'm pretty sure. Gamescom started, and then they had 3 days, and then I was just catching up over all the news and stuff. I was just basically just sitting around, like, when I'm not drawing this, I'm just like there looking at all of these notes from other hunters and stuff, and like streamers about the new Monster Hunter stuff. And I'm not gonna really say what's new because there's already so much information out there. If you want, you can go and see it yourself. But I'm just here to just give my opinions on some things. Opinions regarding the game. I'm excited. I think we'll just start off with like one of them, which I am placing bets that there is not going to be Diablos, at least in the main game. They're probably gonna do an expansion, same as how they've been doing it for every Monster Hunter since quite long ago. I mean, you know, they've been creating expansions for the Monster Hunter games for quite a while now, so they're probably gonna be doing another expansion. What expansion will be, I don't know, but Diablos might appear in that one. I feel that Diablos might not appear, and the reason why I say that, despite the first map being the windswept plains, being it all sandy and stuff, is the fact that they named that Raydal is the apex predator. And in the previous Monster Hunter games, Diablos was always the apex predator of the okay, I don't know if it's apex predator or like apex monster, because technically Diablos is not a predator. Diablos is just highly territorial. Diablos is highly territorial, but they do not eat meat. They eat cactus. They eat cacti. They eat sabo tenders. Yum yum yum. Mookie tenders. But yeah, so the apex monster in the region is Raydal. So I don't think there will be a Diablos in the base game at the very least. Also because I'm just honestly, I love Diablos a lot. It's one of my top 10 monsters or 20 monsters, you know. But I would say that at this point right now, I'm kind of bored of the guy. I'm kind of bored of Diablos. Like, Diablos is really easy. Like, Diablos is like Ratian to me now. Like, I fought so many Diablos that like Diablos is like only more difficult than Ratian because Diablos hits really freaking hard. But if I'm prepared, I just eat a defense up potion, I'm alright. I mean, the only way it's difficult is like if I'm playing maybe heavy bowgun against it and I'm not really sure how to do that, then yeah, that's difficult. But I feel like that might be just beyond my proficiency in certain in using certain weapons, you know, rather than the hunt itself. Um. So yeah, I think that Diablos is not gonna appear, and at the same time, I'm also just, I kind of just don't want Diablos to appear. Like, there's a bunch of monsters that I would say I wouldn't want to appear, and like if you guys can think of like monsters that you would want to not see in Monster Hunter Wilds, and like please leave it in my chat, or like if you are watching from the bot, you can leave in the comments or something. I might not even read because I don't usually get comments in my YouTubes. So I mean, if someone does, then I might get it as a notification, so I might see it. If there's a monster that you would not like to see, because there's monsters that we all like definitely would like to see. People want to see Basil Geese, people want to see Lagia Cruz for some weird reason. Yeah, I don't know, like if there's any monsters that you would not like to see. Like one thing, like if anything, I would like to see, say, this monster is called differently in Japanese. In Japanese, it's called Hapuru Bokurusu or something like that. But in English, it's called Nibble Snarf. And it's kind of a fun monster. It's just a fun fight kind of monster. That's all I like about it. Like, it's this big, what do you call it? It's better if I show you guys this. Nibble Snarf Monster Hunter. So stupid. Okay, let me. This is so funny. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so cute. It's so cute. Where is it? It's up here. That's the monster. It's called Nibble Snarf. I can't remember when the first time I fought it was. It wasn't in the second game. I think it was in the third game. I think it is in Monster Hunter 3rd. I don't know if it's in 3U or 3G, that kind of thing. But basically it is like this like axolotl looking. It may not look like an axolotl, but the thing is that like it has like these fins over here that it will open up and it will blow like sand out of. It's like it has like gills at the back. They'll just like open up and just like blow and snort out all this like sand and stuff. Cause like it just gobbles up a lot of stuff and then like a lot of sand goes in its mouth and stuff, you know? It's really cute. It's got 4 tiny legs, a nice little tail that can't be cut. Cute little back. Basically, the gimmick of it is that it would hide in the sands and it will sort of like ambush prey. It will just come out of the sand with like its big mouth and stuff. And it's really fun because it has this like sort of charging attack where it's like coming at you and just like it's gaping its mouth like yum 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 yum. And then you can place a barrel bomb down and it will eat it, and then it will explode after a few seconds, and it will just like it'll just be in the sand, kind of like tired out and exhausted. It's like panting for like air or something. Like it ate a spicy meatball, so it needs to catch a break. And at that point in time, what you can do is that you can sheath your weapon, go up to it, press circle when you see this fishing icon. So the thing is, the best thing is that you can like use this. You throw your fishing hook and then you just like mash A and just like you just trying to mash it and just like circle, and it's just like you fish it out and you fish the whole the whole nibble snarf out, and it just like comes out of the ground and it's just like on his back and it's like yeah, struggling to get up and stuff. It's really fun. There's all these phases to the fight and stuff, and like sometimes it'll come off the ground as well. It will go somewhere else, and then it will fire like a huge like wind tornado thing coming out of his mouth. Yeah, and I think his set looked really cool as well. It looked a bit like military-esque. Man, now I'm thinking like, did he appear in a... Did it appear in a Metal Gear collab with Monster Hunter? I don't remember. He might have been. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's really cute. I like his big snoot here. This big... I don't think it's a nose, but it sure looks like one. Like, we know it has gills at the back, and there's two eyes over here. And its head was so huge, so I love like hammering it. It's just free hits, just bong, 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 bong. It's so cute. So if anything, like, screw Diablos, I would rather fight something like this with a lot more creativity in mind to this fight. Like, the problem I have with Diablos' fight is that it's one of those monsters that literally all it does is like charge around and stuff. That's what it's kind of known for. It's a very limited moveset. It does some big swings here and there, which can be dangerous, yes. But like besides that, like I don't really... Yeah, I don't know. Like I find the fight fun because I'm like trouncing on it when I'm playing on Charge Blade or Sword and Shield or something like that, but I just find it like it's kind of one of those monsters that I would say is like a little outdated. Like in the same vein, I would not put Barroth, the sand one, into the game because Barroth is extremely outdated. In his movesets and stuff. Like his last appearance was in Rise, it was in World as well. I feel like it's kind of overstays welcome. It's even in Monster Hunter Stories, and I'm like, I hate you. Like, sorry, I get that it's I get that it's a fight for newer players where they can very much telegraph like where the monster is coming from and whatnot. It's like, oh, the monster is charging at you, get out of the way, that kind of thing. Roll out of the way. It teaches the player how to do that. So there's that learning curve to it. But with Diablos, it's a it's kind of just like Barroth on like steroids. It's a really hot take, but yeah, I mean, my most viewed on video on my channel is the Arc Knight's tier list, and like I already have 2 dislikes there, so whatever. Yeah, they probably don't like that I put thorns in B, even though B stands for bud, which is what people like to infiltrate. I don't know what they're complaining about. But yeah, so Diablos is one that I would maybe prefer not to see. Also because I never really liked this armor set, how his armor set looked. I never did like Diablos' armor set. It never looked great to me. I do not like that. I do not like it. And the problem with Diablos as well is the weapons that he has. I think that Diablos weapons for a very long time, because like Diablos is like kind of like a main staple throughout all Monster Hunter series, except for 4, I guess, because they'll worry about the traversing and like the up and downs and verticality and how they'll affect Diablos' like tracking or something, I guess. Yeah, like the thing about Diablos is that it's very easy that when I see a Diablos, I know that, oh, okay, he's the one that you want to get the raw damage weapon of. It's very easy. like, yeah, I don't know. It's just very easy. It's a very easy pick. It's like, okay, which weapon do I go for? And like the part I don't like about it is that like I want there to be more. Well, I just like there are some elements in Monster Hunter which kind of broke the system. The moment there was bomb elements introduced with Brachydios, that became the meta of like which one to pick. Bomb element is the one because it does true damage when it explodes and stuff, and it's, I think the raw attack was actually pretty good as well. With Diablos it was purely raw attack with like negative affinity, so you wouldn't be critting, but the thing is that if you use it for something like Great Sword, then like you won't be swinging that sword all that much, so the raw will actually work well in your favor in terms of calculations and stuff. So that's the thing about Diablos that I don't like, is that it's a very easy choice to pick if you want raw damage. So that's what I don't like. Yeah, like I'd rather have more interesting monsters like Balahara, and like I think I didn't really think too much about Doshaguma until I saw how people fought it and like how it fought the players, and I was like, oh, this is very interesting. I think like the way Doshaguma fights is if I had to make a comparison, I would say that Doshaguma fights the same way that Anjanath does, where Anjanath I feel is a lot more unpredictable in its moveset, and its moveset is kind of like has the kind of character of like someone going a bit like the monster's going berserk as it's like, and more ferocious as it's going on its last like it's at its last leg of like life, that kind of thing, its last stand. Like that's what I like to see, you know, when like I can tell that there's this kind of character to it. I mean, not saying that Diablos doesn't have character. Like that is the thing, is that Diablos' character is just extremely straightforward, and honestly I'm a little tired of it. That's just my preference. So I'm sorry if you might not agree with that. That's fine. I just, sorry, yeah, I another thought that I had was that I think that the like I had the thought of fighting Diablos in the windswept plains, and I'm thinking of like the really sandy dunes all the way to the east of the map, like where Leitao like resides and stuff, and I think that it's very, it sounds like a nightmare, and not in a fun way, you know. Like the dunes go up very high and stuff. I think I'm remembering some of the dunes from Rise and how much I didn't really like fighting Diablos on those dunes. Like at some point you would go down you go down from the dune and you wouldn't be able to see Diablos, or like Diablos would be charging, and there's like, you know, sometimes I'd be using a bowgun and then the Diablos charges and I dodge Diablos. Diablos continues charging behind me. He goes all the way like up a dune, and then he goes up the crest of a dune and then goes back down, and at this I turn around my gun and I can't see him anymore. So basically that exchange of like him attacking and me dodging amounted to nothing. Like I couldn't make any use of that or that sort of thing. Like it's really shit. So like I don't really want to fight Diablos in this kind of condition where like the dunes are really tall and stuff, and like sometimes you just be like, okay, I'm gonna walk up, oh, Diablos went over this crest, like I'm gonna like try to like find it and stuff, and you go up to the crest and you find like Diablos charging straight at you. I'm like, That's annoying as shit. I don't know. It sounds really annoying when I try to imagine it. I rather something like Doshiguma, like something like I like Doshaguma's attack and stuff. I think it's a lot more personality to it. And sorry, let me pick a color here. Sorry. It's getting stuff on my nose. Yeah, I think, you know, that's why I don't like another monster that I would not like come back to Wilds, and I don't think it would, is Plesioth. Plesioth will never come back to Monster Hunter, except in Monster Hunter now. It just lives there now, I guess. And that's fine. I don't play Monster Hunter now. I don't really care for Plesioth. If I had to describe Plesioth's moveset, Plesioth does hip check. He'll just slam his body and stuff, and then it'll like sometimes it'll do a tail swipe and stuff, and his hitbox. Everything about the Plesioth hitbox is absolutely dog shit. It's not balanced at all. Okay, wait, no. What am I saying? Let me start from the very beginning. Okay, Plesioth. When you encounter the monster, where is it? It's in the water. How do you want to get it out? You have to like go to the edge of the water, throw a sonic bomb or something, and try to get it out to come out of the water. You try to coax it out of the water because you as a hunter can't go to the water for some god knows what reason. And I mean we all know. I mean that's a joke. And then it can choose to not come out of the water and just keeps trying to shoot you. It keeps trying to like shoot like water sprays at you and stuff. And then sometimes it will just like all of a sudden it will just choose to come out of the water, like just like it'll fly out of the water like a flying fish, and it'll spread like sleeping powder on like where it goes. Why is it sleeping powder? I have no fucking clue. It's how it catches predators, like it's prey, I guess. It catches prey on land and stuff. It's like a land shark. Plesioth be scary like that. Plesioth, like the design of Plesioth is very scary to me. It's like it's a giant shark. It's terrifying, and it can come on shore and stuff. Like that to me is terrifying as shit. And that is when it comes out of like when you avoid the sleeping powder and like you go up to it, you try to fight it, and it does a Sharknado thing. It just starts spinning around with its like giant ass hitbox and like its steppies, which somehow does a lot of damage in the second game. I swear to God. Okay, well, I am down with the hair. Okay. Sorry, just cut that short. What else do I have left? I don't think I really have anything else. Let me just check. I do have this little guy to draw, but I can leave him first. I do have this wall, what is it? I do have this, but I think I need to sort of like redraw this. I'm not gonna follow this. This is just me sort of like blocking in what I would think the water might be, but I think this water looks a bit gooey. It looks a little bit like saliva, so that's kind of yucky. Let me think. Okay, I might not be able to do the water thing here. It's something that I need to experiment on. So I might not draw it today, but I will draw on the environment stuff, I guess. If I get the environment stuff out, then I can do more for the overlays and stuff. Alright, sorry. Okay. God, I'm really bad with environments, so I'm just gonna try to wing as much as I can. Things are just gonna be very. I'm not gonna do the environment the same way that I did previously. Sorry, I'm just give me some time to think. Uh, maybe I can start with. Maybe I can start the water first. Work my way up. The jungle part is always like it's kind of pain in the ass, honestly. Now the question is like, is this water gonna be green as well? I'm trying to if I had to think of like how realistic like water kind of looks like, it would actually look a lot like this, and then it will have like some reflections of like this, and it's like, oh, okay, this is the sky and stuff, this is the reflection of the water, yippee. But at least right now, Misha's in the water, so there's gonna be a lot of like ripples and stuff, so the water is gonna be a lot more not steady, so there's gonna be a lot more reflection distortions and whatnot. Oh my god. All right, please bear with me. I'm really not too great with the environments. Yeah, I'm gonna drink some water first. It's been an hour. All right. My voice is kind of giving out, so I might just show I might just like show myself painting the environment, and then I'll probably stop because I am a little bit tired. I'm a little bit tired. Sorry, give me a second. You know, maybe I do need some photo references. Let me look at this. Jungle, swamp. It's kind of shit like going through Google to like look at for some photos nowadays, because there's a lot of AI generated stuff. And I don't want to reference AI generated stuff. I think that stuff is like, you want to reference from like real life stuff sometimes, and like AI generated stuff is like, it's kind of like it's definitely an affront to nature, I can tell you that. In a sense, it's like the computer's impression of what a swamp would look like, which is not really how a swamp would actually look like, not necessarily. So a lot of times it just provides a lot of inaccuracies, so that's why you want to avoid looking for AI images for the most part. I don't think I'm imagining a mangrove. I don't think I'm imagining a seawater kind of jungle. There is like a swamp in like Shalawani. Yeah, I mean, if anything, I'm looking for like the swamp in like the freshwater swamp in the first dungeon of Dawn Trail. Basically, that's kind of where I was referencing it from. And then that sense, the waters would actually turn out to be something closer to this color, which isn't great. Oh no, not the milk tea. Not the milk tea in my swamp. Would you have like a swamp full of milk tea? No. So if anything, I'll make it a little bit more greenish, I guess. I don't know. I would like some blue. But blue is a lot more like seawater color. Yep, so I might not stream very long. I'm just gonna like doodle and some stuff and like I have this on a different layer, so I'm just gonna like try this. Try not to have that much blue. I think the blue, honestly, the blue for water comes from the sky. It doesn't come from the color of the water itself. Water is transparent, so in that sense, what kind of sky are we looking at here? It's a bright, sunny sky. And these green splotches here would probably be like reflections of the trees and whatnot. Tree and the brush. If anything, I really just could do like just some impressionist painting of like the river and all that. I really gotta cut short on time and stuff. And like I may not be able to deliver like to the best of my abilities, but I mean, if I want to do more, I can probably revisit this another time when I have more time or something like that. What sucks is that, like, you know, I just kind of wish that I didn't really have a deadline for some things. Like, the best time when I can draw is when I just draw myself, and I don't really have much of a deadline for myself. I just draw Michi, you know, and I don't have to worry about deadlines or that kind of thing, because honestly, like, it's good to draw faster, but like working under pressure sometimes it's just like it's not great. Sometimes I do need some pressure sometimes to be able to draw some stuff, but yeah, right now I just feel like it's a little not, it's kind of dreary. Trying to find the right words. Kind of dreary. Maybe some of Misha's shadows. Yeah, actually, Misha's shadow would appear in the water. Well, maybe not in this view, actually. I don't know. I could go for some darker waters. I don't know if like dark blue would work, honestly. Let's see, something like this, perhaps. Yeah. Wait, I was talking about Plesioth, wasn't I? I was like ragging on Plesioth. Yeah, basically Plesioth's like entire moveset on land is just basically to like spin around with his terrible hitbox. Sometimes he'll bite you, and his bite has paralysis as well. And God, they really, when they designed Plesioth, they really had that in mind, where it's like it's a really good predator and like they have these cool skills inside. But like, boy, is it like, it's great to see as an in the ecological sense. They're like, oh, like this is the predator in the waters and stuff, and how it hunts on land and all that kind of thing, how it takes advantage of all this. And it's like, it's so prepared. It's so buff with all these like traits and stuff. So it's a really good predator, but like, holy shit, is this fight like super stupid and stuff. Like, it's not broken. It's okay, his hitbox is broken, but the fight is not like broken in the sense where like he's so powerful, but more of like he's really annoying. His power is being absolutely fucking atrocious. And I hate it. I hate it so much. And then you know what it does after is like its tail spins and tries to bite you with paralysis and stuff. It runs it doesn't walk to the back to the water. It runs. It does a stupid ass freaking run like a duck. It looks like a duck when it runs. It runs back to the water and it flies in, and you have to like, you can't go into the water. It's in a zone where you can't reach, and it'll just like keep taking pot shots at you again, and you have to try to lure it out of the water. One of the cool things is that like you can, I think this is something you can only do back, I mean when it hasn't noticed you, is that you can throw a bait into the water like a frog or something, and then it'll bite it, and you have to fight it, and like the same way how I was talking about like with Nibble Snarf. Like it gets, it takes the bait, and then it just gets like, you get the fish play yourself out and stuff, and you get to whack it a few times, and then it'll whack you a lot of times. So it's just like some of these like gameplay loops of like Monster Hunter that like I'm just like not that interested in fighting some of these monsters. Thought I could add ripples into the freaking water. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing here. Honestly, it's so difficult to draw ripples sometimes, because like you can draw one ripple is fine, but like the other ones is like, oh, now there's like two ripples and they're conjoining, and like how they splashing with one another, and like there's all these waves and stuff coming up. Yeah, honestly, the best way I can do it is just like how I did it for Monaco 5-5's like fan art. That time I did is like I blocked out some colors, and then I just did this like swiping motion around to like sort of like emulate a little bit more of the waves, and they're like choppy waves and stuff, you know, and it kind of gives off the right impression. But that was really far away. Now it's like so close, so I'm like, I don't know. Well, I wanted to talk a little bit more about Monster Hunter, but I think I might be done for today. It's a very short stream, but it was just a little bit more. I wanted to do more where I could like overlay some of the stuff that I have for Misha. Like I could do like maybe some add glows and stuff, but yeah, like I can like refine all this, but maybe I want to do the environment first, and then I can just give that a shot. But right now, I think, yeah, the thing is that I do have a little bit of a, I do have an issue. Basically, I just feel like I didn't really want to stream all that much recently because I've been feeling a little bit dejected. Sorry to be a bit kind of like real and like saying some stuff that might not be very positive if you want to like watch me for some positive stuff, but like some stuff is just like I do draw, like let's be real, like I draw really slow. I was hoping that like if I stream more, then I can force myself to draw more in that sense, like, you know, kind of like giving myself more of a agenda, and like forcing myself to draw more. Like, okay, no, you don't get to play gaming streams, you only get to play like clip studio paint streams and stuff. Yeah, and it's supposed to work, but at the same time I need to I need to do some things off stream as well. Like I need to figure out how to draw like environments and stuff off stream. I need to figure out how to draw the water splashes off stream. And the thing is that I'm not choosing to do that on stream because it's something where I feel like it's not as much as I said before that I want to do the tokusatsu thing. I want to show you guys the process of like drawing and stuff, and like it can be a tedious process, but like I'm gonna show you guys how I choose to do certain things and all that. But it's not, admittedly, it's not very good content to watch. I don't think it's very good content to watch personally. I don't think I've been getting much sort of good content, you know, content that people would like to watch for stream, you know, regarding like, because I have a lot of like art streams, and like with stuff like this, like I draw really slow, so I can have 2 months where I just draw a lot. Like a lot of my gaming is like art stream or Ace Attorney, and that's literally it. And yeah, it's a real big drought period of like any other games and stuff. So I think like I'm kind of suffering from that. And I need to get myself out of this like swamp, you know, this bog of swamp. So I'm gonna be streaming a lot less art instead, but that won't mean that I'm drawing less. In fact, now I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna draw, like, if anything, I will draw the concepting stuff in streams, because I think concepts are way more fun, to me at least. If I want to talk about something and if I want to if I want to like talk about some stuff like, oh, Monster Hunter on stream, then I do something a little bit less, that takes like a lot less brain power, like something like lining art, for example. Then I can have it as like a Zatsu at the same time, and I think that is good to do that. It's basically me, like, I'm trying to like min-max like my content as much as possible while not starving you guys of like the art content, in case there's anyone who wants to watch my art content. Yeah, because I still want to draw because it's what I do. I'm an artist and stuff. I wouldn't say that like, you know, it's the end of everything, like, oh, no one's watching me draw, like I don't get much likes on my like art and stuff. It's more like I think I just need to draw more. I need to level up myself more so I can draw faster, so I can draw more content and like have more quality in my content. And that's how, actually the water over here will be a lot less choppy. Yeah, it's just me better managing my content. So I probably will be drawing, like, I'll have less streams. I will still have art streams. I will be drawing stuff off stream, and I think it's better to see, because before that I was like, oh, I have like okay, I'm rendering this and I don't finish it in like that day, in that one stream, so I have to do it on another stream, and it just like continues down to like 3 streams of me rendering stuff. And like some people can like do that like in one stream already, and I'm still not able to do that just yet. So I want to be able to do something like that, but not right now. I'm not gonna have as many gaming streams as well. It's still gonna be the same. In fact, like, I think like I don't know. I mean, I'll have to think about like the gaming stuff, like besides that. I don't know, because primarily the thing is, this is not a gaming kind of channel. Sorry, I'm like trying to hold down a sneeze. Oh, sorry. Sneeze just I'm just keeping it from coming out. Take that, sneeze. All right, but VTube Studio, do you wanna work with me here? All right, dummy. Yeah, basically, this is not a gaming channel, so don't expect much streams of like me gaming. Or as much as I want to game, also like I have a whole backlog of like games that I want to do, but before anything else, like everyone on Twitch is a gamer. Like so many people on Twitch is gamers. So like for me, how I would want to rather stand out is like with my art instead. So I'll be focusing on that instead of gaming. I do want to get back into Monster Hunter. I wanna, the more I think about it, like the more of a hitting I'm gonna get. But yeah, so I guess I'll just stop it there. And I'll be like, yeah, this is what I have planned for art and stuff. I'm not too bothered about the Twitch affiliate thing, because at the same time, like, I feel like having 3 average viewers is... This is of no fault to my viewers, but it is kind of sad. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of sad. Like, it's sad in the sense where, like, okay, when I unlock Twitch affiliate, what it unlocks is it unlocks subscriptions, it unlocks stickers, and like rewards for like subscription and stuff, you know, like stickers and not stickers, like animated emotes and like whatnot. The thing is that I wouldn't feel right if I was providing like mediocre content and people were subscribing to me, and at the same time also there was only, if anyone subscribes to me, there's like maybe 1 or 2 people, just 1 person, honestly, 1 person like subscribe to my channel, because like I only get like an average of like 3 viewers per se. So like it's kind of like doesn't really make any sense. Like if anything, like to me, my personal like affiliate goal would be like hitting like maybe 10 viewers on average, and I don't get those numbers unless there's a raid or something, which doesn't happen a lot. Yeah, so man, maybe I need a little less green. Gosh. Yep, so that's how I feel right now. That's about it. Like, sorry for being a bit too real. Yeah, I hope to continue like being a little bit more positive with certain stuff, but I do have to be like, it's been 6 months, and like it's very clear, like of course I'm not growing because I'm not doing what the streamer things are. Like, I think if I was a full-time streamer, then I would pay a lot more attention to all these kind of things, but as of right now, I can't really provide the content that warrants a subscription. That's the TLDR, so I'm gonna be working towards that eventually. Hopefully I will. Otherwise, besides streaming, like, this is kind of like a mini part, just a hobby, I guess. Right now, it's very difficult for me to, like, you know, I can't really make a business of like absolutely nothing right now. So I'm just gonna be maybe more active on like Twitter, where you'll see my art more. maybe you see the final product. Maybe I'll post some whips on Twitter instead of like having to wait for streaming it, that kind of thing. Yeah, so I'll just stream a lot less art. Hopefully I won't stream a lot less overall, because I do just want the game. Like, and that's the thing, like I wanted to do this as like a fun thing, and like I started this like 3 or 2 months ago, and then like I'm still here like doing impressionist painting of a bamboo tree or something. It's not a bamboo, I don't know why it's that green. And it's like some people can just like finish like a whole illustration in like one stream, that kind of thing. And I try not to think about that, but it's of course extremely difficult. Yeah, it's time to stop. It's time to stop. Okay. It's sorry for the short stream. It's like 1 hour 30 minutes. Okay, that's not too bad. I would like to talk a lot more about like Monster Hunter, but if anything, I would like to talk about Monster Hunter while not like doing absolutely nothing. I would like literally just want to do a Zatsu and like just talk about Monster Hunter while not having to worry about like drawing and like stressing out over like the streams and stuff. Oh, thanks for coming in the stream, you know, Paul. Yeah, I'll take things at my own pace. It's just I just don't want to like fill up my content with stuff that's like not really that interesting for you guys. It's not that I'm taking a hiatus, it's just that I'm gonna be working a lot more stuff on like the back end, and yeah, as much as I every day I kind of like think a lot about like, yeah, I want to talk about this, I want to talk about that, and I want to do it, and I can do it on an art stream. But like when I do it on an art stream, then there's a lot of art streams, then like it's very like, and then I run out of like stuff to talk about. So yeah, I have to put the pen down right now. It's getting kind of taxing. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy seeing the progress I've made off stream. I'm sorry I couldn't show this on stream, but I did have a lot of fun with this. There's a lot of details to it which will not be translated in a little tiny triple tri art card, but I will be posting this illustration up as well. I'm really proud of her eyes. It looks nice. Yeah. And this is not the end yet. I still want to do like all these, like there's supposed to be reflected light from the water. There's supposed to be the sunlight, which I have yet to show. This place still looks very dreary. I want to do that. Yeah. Thank you so much for the words of like the kind. So thank you so much for the kind words. Yeah, I'll be taking it slower. Yeah, I just want to. Every time I just like I draw like the fan art, and I draw like Misha, which also like is a fan art for myself, but it's supposed to be for myself, but then it becomes kind of like a deadline thing. Like I just want to draw like, I just want to draw Michi. I don't know why, like the drawings of Michi take a lot less longer than like all of these, but it's cause like it's like the really simple stuff that I just really want to just draw for myself. But this is for myself as well, so like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, nothing much else to say. So it's just that I really want to play Monster Hunter. I want to talk about Monster Hunter. God, I want to just like sit and talk, but I feel like I'm wasting my time by like not ending the stream as well. That's how fucking stressful it is right now. I'll talk about Monster Hunter another time. I think I'm a little bit like out of juice on like stuff to say as well. Like I'm just like My mouth was working a lot, so I'm just gonna take it easy. So, if anything, I'll put this VOD up. If there's any monsters that you would not like to see in Monster Hunter Wilds, please comment on my video. And I will try to reply to them. Hopefully I notice them as well. Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing I can like sort of like talk about. There's a lot more I want to talk about Monster Hunter, and like now would be the appropriate time, but I'm kind of out of juice, so I'm gonna take a good rest. Drawing this off stream as well. Thank you for coming. All right, good night. It's gonna cut it short. Bye bye.